All right, welcome back. Last time we looked at some key fundamental graphs like total, which is total crypto market caps. Last time we looked at Bitcoin dominance. We looked at a lot of different key fundamental charts on some really important stuff, which was obviously DeFi, not really DeFi, altcoin season, and it's here, and we called it. And even being as conservative as we were on the channel, I showed you a lot of graphs that showed that it was absolutely inevitable for us to hit this move that we hit. That I told you guys last time. I said, listen, we haven't hit it yet, but it's literally inevitable. So let's just take a quick look at that. So you obviously have this downtrend right here. Do this. All right, so you have this downtrend right here. This is on the daily charts. This is absolutely massive. Obviously low, higher low, higher low, higher low, low, lower low, lower low, lower, you know what I mean. It's obviously clearly a downtrend. And then I said for a continuation of this downtrend, you have this head and shoulders idea. And then on top of that, what we didn't have on the last stream was we didn't have a wick above. There was this low, which was a lower low. So it doesn't entirely validate this downtrend until we break another low. Kind of like if you set a higher high, how that makes it bullish. Boom, we broke it. It's over. This is the low. We got an even lower low. It is extremely bullish for alts. All right, and then on top of that, really what we're looking at, because there's still stuff to look at on the charts, even though they're looking incredible. And really what we're looking at is this area right here. But when you look at this area, and this is kind of the golden season for altcoins, which is why I have to talk about it. I mean, look at, you can just see these gray lines right here are all different. Let me just show you a little bit better. Right here, right here, right here, right here. These are all resistance areas from previous resistance. We can also pull up VPR support, which is going to be huge. Right here. Boom. And you can see that as soon as we start breaking down these low levels right here, there is very, very little resistance for us to continue to drop, which is what I was talking about. I told you that we were going to definitely get that break into a lower low. We got it. I told you guys it was altcoin season. It is most definitely altcoin season according to the charts, and there is very little resistance to stop it, or very little support, I guess you could say, to stop it. All right, so I FOMO'd in. I'm not even gonna front. I FOMO'd into APY Finance last night. It's a good token for sure. I'm up on it, but it's just not like, I FOMO'd in. And the only reason I can say I FOMO'd in is because I was like, DeFi's hot, and really, I have a bigger portfolio, and I'm like, I want some more DeFi coins. Like, I already had synthetics way back. I already had Aave way back. And I see APY is like one of those coins where it's like APY Finance. I see it as like the future of investing, because as these newer guys come in, they're going to be wanting to look for simplistic things to use. That's why I also did use a little bit of Utrust, but I'm not gonna really talk about Utrust. But like Plasma Finance, like one of the reasons Plasma is doing it so well is because it's an onboard and offboard ramp for fiat currency, which is huge, and it's simplicity use. And like a lot of us that are OGs that have been in the space for a long time, like that's cool. And we know how to use everything, but it using like yield farming and earning like different rewards on these different, it's like hooked up with all these different finance application, and it just automatically picks the best return rates, like simplistically. Like that's going to be huge for a lot of people. And so I picked it more so as a long-term play. That's why I FOMO'd in it on it. I think I'm up on it already, like 60%, I think. But it cost me a lot of money in Ethereum gas fees. I think I paid $58 in Ethereum gas fees. If anybody else asks me for a video on Uniswap, on how to do Uniswap, I'm just going to make a separate video because I've already been showing you guys, and I already showed you guys how you could find the video yesterday. But if you guys want more Uniswap tutorials, I'm just going to make a separate video. And then, because DeFi is huge, we can talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's consolidating. Bitcoin's very bullish. It's also a lot of the space, a lot of the money is leaving Bitcoin and going into altcoins. So it's very bullish. It's holding support nice, but a lot of money is flowing into altcoins. And then I was gonna show you guys a lot of the altcoins that are like good altcoins to be looking at. And just to me, the name of the game is there's a lot of names to the game in altcoin season, which not a lot of people talk about. One of the biggest name of the games in altcoin season, and the reason that I promote it so much on such a conservative channel is because no matter what you put your money into during this altcoin season just recently, like no matter what you would have put your money into, like everything is pumping. Like everything is pumping. So it's really hard to lose money. It's not so much, how can we lose money? It's more so, oh, I didn't get as big of a return on, my token than I would have at another token. That's really what altcoin season is all about, which is why we are really bullish on altcoin season. Like, why wouldn't you be? Like, this is where all the money in crypto is. It's like what I always say. It's like, you don't want to be opinionated. You don't want to be opinionated. You don't want to be like marrying a lot of these, like, people will straight up marry like garbage bags. Like, you guys already know we're straight married to you guys know we absolutely love Cardano. But right now is not the move for Cardano right now. Because it's been pumping so hard. So, like, even though we love Cardano long term, I'm not selling a penny right now. And we bought it 10 cents. Even though I love Bitcoin, and I haven't sold a penny. And we bought massively. I mean, I bought $100, but I bought massively at around $10,000, $11,000. I haven't sold a penny. I mean, but so like with these altcoins though, you want to be behind something that you can trust, like that you know what you're investing into and that you see long-term potential. Because the biggest thing is like this, like, and I've never heard anybody really talk about it in the space. And like I'm an OG like altcoin boy or whatever. So like it's like with most people, with altcoins, it's like this. It's like if I was just to hand you this piece of gold right here. This is you wouldn't know anything about it most likely. Most people have no idea about the gold markets. You wouldn't know what this is worth. You wouldn't know, and that's like a lot of like what altcoin season is for a lot of people. They don't know about a lot of these tokens. They're just buying them because other people are buying them. They don't know how they work. Some people buy Uniswap. They've never even used the Uniswap exchange. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like if I was to give you this piece of gold, it's like, oh, because somebody else said, gold's a good investment or whatever. But you have no idea what it's worth. And here's why it's important, because you don't know when to sell. And it's not necessarily the worst thing ever. So that's just something that people need to understand, is that when you're looking at altcoins, it's a good idea to know what you're getting into, and it's a good idea to, like, for example, like I like Aave, and I got Aave, and when I got Aave, I was like, listen, if I can't sell my Aave tokens because let's say I either miss the pump because it pumps up massively, most people don't know when to take profits, and most people just statistically are going to get absolutely murked in altcoin season. Obviously, everybody can't make massive amounts of money. You're going to be pumping other people's bags. And even the bags that are getting pumped, like, they don't know when to take profits. That's why I use the gold example. Because if I just handed you this, you wouldn't know when to buy and when to sell it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing in a lot of these altcoins. And so the reason that my fundamental strategy is always buy, tokens that, you want to hold on to long term. So in case, people ask me all the time, they say, well, Hustle Investor Pete, what about Bitcoin Cash? And I say, yeah, there's potential there. I think there's potential there. Yeah, does Dash have potential? Yeah, Dash has potential. But, like, you don't want to be buying, they're called shit coins for a reason. Like, you don't want to be buying these shit coins on the potential that you don't know when to sell and all these other things, or they potentially don't pump, and you're holding a bag that nobody wants. And a lot of these projects, like, Ethereum Classic, for example, absolutely garbage project. They get hacked all the time. Imagine you're holding that bag and they get hacked. If they get hacked while you're holding the bag, you're going to get absolutely destroyed. You're going to get absolutely murked. Whereas if somebody else gets hacked, like let's say there's some problem with Aave and there's some bad news in Aave, like you can still hold the token and you'll be chilling. And I know I'm sounding like a lot of these other cryptocurrency channels, but I'm not. This is like, it sounds like I'm saying the same information as these other channels, but I'm not. They never talk like this. They never, and a lot of people get absolutely murked. So I did buy APY. Why did I buy APY? First off, I was looking at it as a long-term hold if my bags don't pump. So I'm looking for, because I FOMO'd in, and you gotta know when you're FOMOing in and when you're not FOMOing in. You should never FOMO in. That's why I didn't recommend APY finance on the channel, but I did FOMO in. When you're FOMOing in, you got to be in it for the long term, and you got to make sure it's not a total crap coin, and you got to make sure that you want to use the token for what it's used for. Like if you're buying Compound or Maker, like for example, on Compound, you get to lend your Compound tokens off and earn interest on them, or you get to use your Compound tokens as collateral to borrow more Compound tokens, essentially like a loan. Like you're essentially using Compound as a bank. I like Aave more for that, but if you're going to be using these projects, like you should most likely know what they do. Like for example, Uniswap. How does Uniswap tokens work? Well, you add liquidity to the DEXs, to the decentralized exchanges, and in turn, you get Uniswap, and it powers, the ecosystem. But if you're not involved with the ecosystem and you're just buying it because some YouTuber told you to buy it, it's like this. On my channel, I'm like, don't buy crap coins, because like yes, they can get you pumps, but what's a 10 to 60% pump when you're initially like losing all your capital, potentially losing all your capital? If some bad news comes out about the project or whatever, you just don't want to be holding a crap coin, because when these markets tank, like it's just brutal for altcoins. It is brutal. Um, and I think retail is gonna hold it up a lot, and like it's not just gonna like tank right away. And we'll keep you guys updated on everything. But what I'm saying is, you don't want to buy crap coin. You want to buy something that you actually like. Like for example, I get briefed on everything because everybody wants to talk to me about crypto because they know I'm a big crypto guy, and like everybody's always trying to talk to me about stocks, real estate, everything, business. What's that one thing called where you internet market? It's like e-commerce. Everybody's trying to talk to me about everything because they want my attention, and they want me to talk to them about crypto. That's why I started this channel, because so many people were reaching out to me and they're like, I really want you to talk to me about crypto. But so one of those things that I personally don't like, but I hear everybody shilling, is intangible assets. Whether it's like I just said, real estate, stocks, whatever. Everybody's piling into these assets because of one thing: the dollar going down in value, and inflation. And one of the biggest things in crypto for that, I had a buddy that was just telling me to go to McDonald's and buy Pokemon cards, because apparently you get like $10,000 if you get some. I don't know. Everybody's always shilling me stuff, and you guys know that Pokemon thing is huge, because there's only so many Pokemon cards in existence, so they're most likely going to go up in value potentially. That's just dumb. But in crypto, we have that with like crypto kitties. We have that with NFTs. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I personally don't like NFTs. Like I personally could not get behind having a BitBoy NFT. Like that's just not something that I think has real intrinsic value. Just because it's scarce, it also has to do with demand. Like if a lot of people don't demand the new exclusive BitBoy NFT, then it's not going to be valuable. And it's just not something that I can get behind. So I could have made a lot of money in the NFT market, but I don't like NFTs, so I don't get them. So you want to get behind projects that you like, that you can stand behind, that you don't mind holding the token. You want to get projects that are not total crap coins. Like there's a massive amount of crap coins, and crap coins and scam coins go like almost hand in hand. Both of them are rug pull scams. That's why I always recommend that you guys go with BitBoy's picks. That's why I always recommend you go with Elliott Trade's picks. That's why I always recommend you look at like Coin Metrics, things like that. That way you're not going to get scammed. These people do their research, and you're not just going to be getting some like absolute crap scam coin. And then on top of that, if you really really believe in the project or whatever, at 100% return, you don't have to take it on APY because I FOMO'd in, even though we're up 60%. What I'm going to be doing is once I hit like at least 150%, that will cover my Ethereum gas fees and everything. I'm going to be taking half of that out and deleveraging it, which is what a lot of people talk about. So, but you guys got to understand the fundamentals to altcoin season. I'm going to go over the charts a little bit on some of these bigger coins, and then I'm going to show you a lot of the coins that I've bought in the past, a lot of coins that I've traded, like just coins that you can get an idea of, okay, if you're new to the crypto space, these aren't total junk coins that are just going to absolutely destroy you. And it looks like we're getting a nice support right here on Ethereum. But yeah, it's definitely alt season, baby, and we need to get some altcoins. Yeah, it looks good. That's 3 touches right there. Bingo. Alright, so we got that out of the way. That's fine. We're still holding ETH. ETH's a baby. It's good. Whether Bitcoin pumps, whether alts pump, ETH's still in the cards to do well. So here's what I'm going to show you guys real quick. This is absolutely fundamental. I told you guys about this last time, and I definitely got to tell you about it this time because it is huge. So look at CoinMarketCap look at CoinGecko with me real quick. What do you see? Red, 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 red. But you said it was altcoins. Oh, it is altcoin season. This comes down to education. Again, that's that crap coin that you don't want to get caught holding. I mean, if you want to chase gains, but if you're putting your bags on these crap coins, like that's on you. Like at the end of the day, if we lose altcoin season, like the alts that I'm holding, I don't mind holding. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get married to your bags, especially when you're trading, but you don't want to hold. You never want to touch crap coins because then you're just signing yourself up for failure. Because then when they drop a second, you're like, crap, what do I do? Whereas when you're holding a good coin, you can always just be like, oh, if I miss the 10,000 or I miss the 10,000% pump or whatever, oh well, I'll just hold because it's such a good coin. But so, you have all these red basically. You have a lot of red, you have a lot of low. Like some of these gains look decent. Ethereum Classic is just. But so, you have a lot of red, you have a lot of small. I mean, if you want to get these pumps, but I'm telling you, in alt season doesn't play around. Like you'll just get straight destroyed if they start dumping, like, or if something goes wrong with the network. So like you see a lot of these guys are down in the red. You see a lot of these guys are down in the red. It's not until you get to, and then let's see. It's not until you get around here that you really start to see some juice. Okay, and a lot of that you would think is because of risk to reward ratio. Like these are more risky, so they pump higher. That usually is the case. But we're gonna look at other coins that are lower in market cap, and they're going to not have pumped as much. So what I'm showing you guys right now is what you guys need to do. So this is CoinGecko, and I haven't heard any other YouTubers like talk about this, but this is like absolutely massive. You have to look at these like, this is 20%, 15, 28. So obviously this sector right here, this market capitalization is pumping right now. It's very clear to see. This hasn't really started pumping. This hasn't really been pumping. Not really pumping. Every once in a while you get like one of those coins that's like, just an outlier, but not really pumping, not really pumping, not really pumping. And so what this shows you is exactly where, because go back to, you're like, where do you get the gains? Go back to page 1. Nothing's pumping. And it's alt season, and these are all altcoins right here, and nothing's really pumping. I mean, Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum Classic, yeah, if you want to hold some crap coins, but nothing's really pumping. And then Monero hasn't really had a pump yet, so that it's pumping. Dash hasn't had a pump yet, so it's pumping. But like, why Dash when you can have XLM, at a conservative rate? Like XLM, like I was transferring some XLM, it literally is ultra fast XLM. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these coins, they're not pumping. And why are they not pumping? Because Bitcoin, with altcoin season, you have to understand this. All the money always goes from fiat to Bitcoin to large caps to mid caps to small caps to micro caps. Now that looks good on paper, and you can hear that and be like, okay. But if you really want to actually put that into practice, you need to look at CoinGecko. You need to look at the last 24 hours, and you need to look at where the most condensed highest profits like are at, so you know exactly where the money's flowing. And right now, as you get down, you start to see that it's like, and this could just be a coincidence, this could just be a coincidence, there's outliers, but really when you start getting down, these are starting to look better. These returns are starting to look better. And it's hard to see it, and it changes, but there is a clear, um, there is a clear trend, and that's what you got to find. Is you got to find the trend of where's the market cap that's experiencing the most gains. Like where are we at right now? Because check this out. If we go to page 5, we're not there yet. At least I don't think we're there yet. See, it's not looking too good. And these are like the extremely high risk ones. So these are the ones you should see 100% returns on. We're just not there. I forget. I think I've seen this one. I think this is. There's always the exception. There's always the exception. But you want to find that trend of, coins. And, like I said, there's obviously around page 3, it seems to be, especially yesterday, it just seems to be where we're at right now, potentially. But that's one of the strategies that you got to understand, along with just not buying crap coins, and then along with, properly knowing how to use Ethereum or Uniswap. See if you have any questions. It's mooning. What's up? Still have yesterday. Link's good. Yeah, Link's good. Decentralized Oracle. Like I just said, like what I was talking about, it's like, a lot of these coins we're going to go from, we were at large caps and you saw like Cardano pumping, you saw Polkadot pumping, you saw all these coins pumping. And the better the projects are still going to pump. It's more on a coin-to-coin basis. But there's also, you want to link up what the market cap is. And it seems like right now we're looking at like around 100 million approximately is where we're starting to pump. Maybe a little bit less than 100 million. We're starting to go from like mid to small caps. Everybody classifies mid caps and small caps differently. So that's why it's just best to look at CoinGecko and then get an exact like chunk of what you're looking at as far as what's going to pump. I'm in America, yeah, so I couldn't use Binance. They kicked me out of Binance because I had a VPN. FOMO'd into Link yesterday. Yeah, I mean, so like you'll get that cycle where once we're done with micro caps and small caps, people are going to start putting their money back into the larger caps like Link, like ETH, and like Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin I think it's going to go up again. But, there's some people saying it's not. But, I mean, there's so much bullish news. There's so much reason for it to go up. I'm pretty sure I'm not typing in the ticker symbol. This is the ticker symbol? Unless it's like so low cap. But yeah, I mean, like, personally, like, with me, I'm like, I'd rather just do, like, APY finance, and then everything's already kind of, like, set in stone, because, like, it's like when Charles Hopkins says it a lot, like, A lot of the coin, like a lot of the value from a coin, especially a DeFi coin, is going to come from its user base. Like the reason Compound, Maker, and Aave are so substantial and have such a high barrier to entry is because of its user base. Ticker. I was trying to think of two things at once. I was trying to say that and type out ticker. All right. Oh, that is the ticker symbol. Is Chonk. That thing's must got low liquidity. Yeah, it is mooning. It's ranked 937. Damn. That's funny too. I like the name of it. Um, but I was gonna go on later and show you guys what exactly I'm looking at, like as far as like not crap coins, but I missed the boat on Reef, and sometimes like you gotta miss the boat on a lot of these coins and be like, okay, well like refinance, like I missed the boat on it, like it's not worth it to like FOMO in. Even though there's substantial upside, you just gotta remember that there's always gonna be another coin. Is like it just is what it is, and like it just is what it is. So I'm gonna go grab my phone. I'm gonna pull up ETH right now, and then I'm gonna go grab my phone, and I'm gonna go list off a bunch of coins that aren't like just total junk coins. So you guys can get an idea of what we're talking about on the channel with a lot of these altcoins. And I'll go in my low cap, my mid cap, my large cap, what my game plan is for everything, and yeah, I'll basically give you like most of the portfolio I'm holding. Like most of my portfolio is like ETH right now, but we definitely got to pick up some altcoins or we will be sleeping. All right, let me see if I can get a better graph pulled up for ETH. Let's see what we got. So that's the Kraken. Let's try Coinbase. Dang. All right. Uh, Bybit. All right. Turn this puppy down. But yeah, that's really what I want to show with you guys. I just want to talk to you guys about altcoins. So bring up altcoins. That's really what I want to talk about today. This is a Fibonacci time base for Elliott wave. Um, I'm just gonna flip it to high Kanashi candlesticks. I'm gonna put market cipher on. It looks like it's on, and then I'm gonna put it on the 15 because that's the smallest time frame people trade on. This is a 15. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm just gonna go grab my phone real quick, and then you guys can look at that. And then if anybody comes in the chat, I'll just be right back. Just gonna go grab my phone. Get talking about these altcoins because that's really what's up right now. That's what everybody needs to be talking about. All right, so let's just get the micro to small caps out of the way real quick. So micro to small caps. Let's see. Let's see if you can see that. These are like a lot of these I have very low amount of money in, but at the same time it's like they're micro to low cap, so it's like it doesn't really matter because they're high risk, high reward. I don't want a ton of money in them to begin with. So this makes up less than 1% of my portfolio. But and Stellar Lumens isn't in there. I was trying to swap out some Stellar Lumen coins for some APY finance. I was trying to do a trade because Stellar pumped up pretty decent. Ferrum Network, APY governance token, which is APY finance. YF DAI finance, idle, Pi DAO DOE V2, ticker symbol DOE, Unilayer, ticker symbol layer, Ethereum stake, Ethereum yield, which have been performing like crap. I actually thought that these were going to be huge because Ethereum's like huge, and like with Ethereum staking, I think once Ethereum 2.0 launches like entirely, I think that they could take off more. And then coin utility token. So those are a lot of my like micro caps to low caps. Going into Binance, I'm going to pull up a chart, but these are like my more mid cap, like just not crap coins. First off, I got Zilliqa. So if you guys don't know about Zilliqa, Zilliqa is basically a fractional, and it's up a lot today. So I mean, I wouldn't recommend getting into these like necessarily today. I would recommend looking into these if you're looking for coins that aren't just absolute crap. And I'm going to pull up a whiteboard so that I can write these all out for you, so you guys have a list of all the different coins I'm in, from like large cap to mid cap to small cap. You guys know that on this channel I love to cover TA, but really like all that really matters is these altcoins right now, because it is alt season. That is where all the money is going, and if you don't want to go where the money is going, you're just going to lose money, and that's your choice to either sit out of this. But it's a no-brainer right now because we're so short into altcoin season, like we're just getting into it, that no matter what you get into, you're basically going to have your bags covered. So at least cover your own bags and get moon bags is, for potential more gain. So let's see, white. So the first one, Zilliqa, white. Typing in whiteboard so I can pull up a whiteboard so I can type them out for you guys. But the other one's gonna be Theta. You guys know Theta, is really big, like with decentralized. So first one, Zilliqa, and I'm not saying to buy any of these right now. I'm just saying that these coins are not crap coins. Like they actually have legitimate use cases. I recommend that you look into them more and buy them, when the market's down, depending on what your strategy is. I'm not a financial advisor. So first one's Zilliqa, second one's Theta. Third one is IOTA. I like IOTA a lot. It actually has a bunch of university students that work on IOTA, and there's just a lot of really good fundamentals behind IOTA. Everything just feels really professional when you're using their stuff, when you're whatever you're doing. So it's pretty decent. You got Link, which is a larger cap. You got DOC, ticker symbol DOCK. That one's decent. RSR. So here's the thing about RSR. People like months ago, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, were super hyped on this coin. They're trying to do like in third world countries, they're trying to upload a blockchain system to like upload a lot of like legal papers, like publicly make available like what do you call it, like graduation papers. How do you say that? Graduation papers. Oh, diplomas, like diplomas and like credibilities and things. They're trying to make that public on the blockchain so that everybody can see it and nobody can mess with it. So RSR has some cool stuff that they're working on in third world countries, and they're kind of undervalued in my opinion, just from all the hype. Now, I was never really like super about RSR. Like I didn't think like the use case was ever as strong as everybody was freaking out about. But so let me start writing these in so that you guys can get an idea. So first one, ticker symbol Zilliqa, ticker symbol ZIL. Next one's Theta. And if you guys don't know what Theta is a blockchain technology that gives you the ability to stream and post videos decentralized. So a lot of videos and stuff, you have to like have all this different stuff. You have to go through the algorithm. Like for example, like a lot of people favor not my videos because I don't have as many views because I'm newer to the space and whatever on YouTube. So a lot of people you have to deal with the algorithm, being biased, and they can just censor whatever they want. So you have to censoring and just a lot of things. So when you're working with Theta, they potentially have the power to decentralize and incentivize a network of streaming and video platform, which is the future because obviously a lot of people are interested in that. Like a lot of people watch videos. That's like pretty much everything is videos. And it's super important. Like right now, I'm trying to help you guys out about like crypto, and in years there'll be something else. So like it's always going to be important. So obviously this is really helpful to most people, most likely. And so yeah, so Theta, very bullish on Theta. Long term, ZIL, long term. Like I'm more on a midterm on ZIL just because the biggest thing that they boast right now is their sharding technology, and they did have some bad press recently about they used to boast a 10,000 transaction speed, but I guess that's only in the network, or I don't remember the exact technicals behind it, but not looking too hot. Like on ZIL, it's just more so not a total crap coin. KSM, which I believe is Kusama. Obviously, pretty much anything in the parachain for DOT is going to be hot and not a total crap coin. R or Z, I'm going to have all the ticker symbols for you in a second. ZRX. Here, let me switch the camera. All right. Boom. So, yeah, you got some ideas right here. As far as the ticker symbols go, so ZRX is a decentralized finance, like DeFi. So it's okay. It's not bad. It's gonna run with DeFi. If you're looking to look into DeFi, ZRX is like, you know, it's there. I kind of like what they're doing. It's not a total crap coin. I think DeFi is the future, and regardless of anything, you should be able to use those tokens in the future, and there's room for more than one, like bank or whatever you want to say. But so this is definitely an option. Then you have LRC, which is Lopering, something like that. And I believe there's decentralized DEX. I did the research on this one a while back, and I can't remember exactly what they are. I'm pretty sure they're a decentralized DEX, and they were really good and they were really hot. Definitely not a crap coin. This next one, Basic Attention Token. I already talked about it before. And Basic Attention Token, like the main thing with this one is it's like, it revolutionizes ads, and I think that there is like a space for it. There's just like not a really big fan base for it, and we'll see how the market reacts to it in this cycle. But basically what Basic Attention Token does is it gives you basic attention tokens. It gives you rewards for watching ads that you want to watch. So basically a company will pay in basic attention tokens, and then you get basic attention tokens for watching their ad. And so basically, like, people get to watch ads they want to watch, they get paid for it, and then there's no marketing for people that don't want, like, for people to watch things that they don't want to watch. So you get to choose, like, what you're into. Like, if you're into camping, they'll show you camping advertisements, and you get paid for it. So everybody's happy, both the advertiser and the person that's getting advertised to. So win-win. Next one is H-bar, drew it a little bit weird. Havara half graph. It uses something a little bit different than blockchain technology, but it is a cryptocurrency. It's a very fast cryptocurrency. And instead of like sharding, it uses something more called like I think it's called gossip is the technical term for it, but it communicates with multiple different chains at one time instead of one chain communicating all the same information at one time. So it does move quicker, and it's one of those tokens that's trying to be fast and handle an extreme amount of transactions all at one time. It does a decent job. Zilliqa does a decent job of that. ZLM does a decent job of that, but these are a little bit smaller cap. Next one's going to be Rune. Rune is, I believe, where you can stake your Bitcoin. So as you know, there's different applications for these. Like for example, like because it's altcoin season, like Uniswap is probably a pretty undervalued token right now because everybody's going to be using Uniswap to acquire these kind of tokens, and so like with Rune, like during the bear market, there's probably going to be a lot of people that are staking their tokens, and Rune is most likely going to go up in value towards the end of potentially the altcoin season, the last altcoin season, or right now people might be staking their Bitcoin with Rune while they're waiting for this alt season to be over. So just things to think about, just like with like wrapped Bitcoin, things like that, like trying to transfer it to the Ethereum network because there was a better risk to reward ratio. Just like for example, like Uniswap, like I just said, everybody's going to be using Uniswap right now. Everybody's going to be wanting Uniswap because of alt season. Like just different tokens, like they just have different like cycles, I guess, of usefulness is probably the best way to say it. And so just something to think about with Rune. It's definitely one of those that's in like a cycle. And then yeah, Band Protocol, ticker symbol Band, decentralized Oracle. There's a lot of fights for oracles. Pick your favorite, or just pick the large main cap link. Then you got Filecoin. So Filecoin I like a lot. Filecoin is so like I said before, I like Filecoin, but I like the fundamentals behind it. I don't like the tokenomic structure for it. And so with Filecoin, it's a decentralized cloud storage unit, and so it's kind of like iCloud with Apple, but it's decentralized. So essentially, you have people that are going to be renting out their space. Like if you have a computer that has space on it, you can rent it out to Filecoin's ecosystem. They will rent it out to people, and then you get paid in Filecoins for renting it out. And then if you want extra space, you can go on Filecoin, use Filecoin tokens to pay for that, and then they'll rent it out to you. So Filecoin's definitely I like the like use case with it and whatever. I do not like the tokenomics with it. It hasn't pumped yet. It definitely has potential. But next one is SNX. I can't remember. SNX isn't synthetics, I don't think. So I don't remember exactly what SNX is. Or maybe SNS is synthetics. Synthetics, though, is a derivatives market, which is the main ecosystem in finances right now. Most of the money around the world is allocated to something called the derivatives market. And we're going to talk about how bullish I am on SNX and why I'm actually not selling SNX this cycle. Most likely, unless it has like an absolutely massive pump, then I might sell part of my bag. But so SNX deals with synthetic derivatives market. So derivatives are essentially if you have like let's say a bunch of apples, and then you have two hedge funds. One hedge fund is like I think apples are going to go up this year, and I think apples are going to go down this year, and they sell contracts based off of okay, we'll sell you this amount of apples guaranteed for this price. Like so it basically guarantees like a farmer that they're going to get this amount of money versus another farmer. Like so like let's say you're like an apple farmer and you want to guarantee that you're at least going to make $100 a tree. You can write a contract out to get $100 a tree. Somebody will be like, oh, I'll pay that for you. So one person's getting a guaranteed income, which gives them like safety, and so they'll sell it, for like a cheaper price or whatever to get that guaranteed safety. And another person's like, oh, well, I'm really bullish on apples this year, and so that's derivatives market. A lot of the derivatives there's so much trading between contracts that it's not actually even to the point where you're looking at the real tree anymore. You're just basically betting on like oil prices, like just like anything, like corn, whatever. So that's derivatives, and it makes up a vast majority, most of the financial sector. And then what Synthetics Network does is it artificially simulates the derivatives market. So essentially, you can bet on those same things. And then like the synthetic part of it is, it's decentralized. You can bet on it. There's no like repercussions on it. but they're synthetically manipulated, or not manipulating. They're synthetically um, manipulating isn't the right word, but they're synthetically creating that market for you to give you the ability to get exposure to that exact same if you were to go in the real world. It's just decentralized. If that makes sense, it should. So that's synthetics. If that's SNX, I forget what synthetics ticker symbol is. And then you got Maker, which I guess we can put Maker down. You guys know Maker is like a DeFi lending platform, just like Compound, Aave. It's not bad. Then you got YF, which is, I believe, Yearn Finance. Should be Yearn Finance, yeah. Some bullish news on Yearn Finance. Grayscale, which pumped up a lot of the price on Bitcoin. They're going to be using Yearn Finance. Yearn Finance is DeFi, decentralized finance. Also, it has a very low market cap, and that's why it trades so high for like 47, 40, whatever it is right now a token. It's because it has a very low supply, which is good tokenomics, which makes it pump pretty good. And then because they're getting added to Grayscale, essentially like it's backing up whatever you're buying right now, because Grayscale will just continue to buy them out, like those physical tokens, because they're getting into Grayscale Trust. And then they have such a low supply. It could be like a Bitcoin thing. It's not going to be as big as Bitcoin. They're not going to have that much of a demand for it. Let's see. Then obviously we have some larger caps. I'll talk about Ocean for a second. I'm not as bullish on Ocean as I used to be, just because I used the beta and I wasn't able to stake my Ocean tokens, which I was really upset about, but I haven't heard any outlast from the community, so that it might be, the beta might just be whatever, or, I might have just been somehow doing it wrong, even though I linked up my MetaMask and did everything to my belief correctly. Ocean Protocol is a staking, provides liquidity. I actually really like Ocean Protocol has all the right buzzwords. So Ocean tokens provide liquidity for AI technology to use in marketing. So let me explain. Let's say that you're a company and you have a bunch of, and this is the ticker symbol, but it's called Ocean Protocol. So let's say you're a company and you have a bunch of money and you want marketing for, let's say you're marketing on Amazon some shoes, and you want information on who's going to buy your shoes, you want information on who's buying shoes, you want information on who's not buying shoes. You want to basically, you want a bunch of data to figure out what exactly is going on in the market that you're looking for. Ocean Protocol uses data, which, in cryptocurrency, we say data is like digital oil. Like, it's very important. The pipeline for oil, or for data, is very important. And it uses AI technology. It's another buzzword in crypto. It uses AI technology to basically, mine would be the wrong word, but collect data by staking and incentivizing Ocean tokens as liquidity. So let me explain, because that probably sounds weird. So essentially, you put Ocean tokens onto the network, and then what happens is people will mine, or which, for a lack of a better word, will mine the data for these different whatever you're looking for, Amazon, whatever it is, like the data. They'll mine the data, and then they will go on Ocean Protocol and they will sell the data. And to buy the data, like if you're a company and you're looking to buy the data for marketing, what you have to do is you have to buy Ocean Protocol tokens, and then with the Ocean Protocol tokens, you buy the data with the Ocean Protocol tokens. Kind of maybe sounds boring or whatever, but companies spend a lot of money, and Google, Facebook, they all steal your information, and they market it to people all the time. So like when you're by your phone or whatever, and you say like, oh, I really like this or that, and then all of a sudden you see advertisements for it later on your phone. This is basically a decentralized, ethical way of doing that, where people are willingly selling their data, earning money, and it just helps out but it's a massive business, and a lot of it is done extremely unethically. But anyway, so yeah, it uses AI technology to do that, and it's not bad. Um, let's see. Obviously, we got Compound. Personally, I'm an Aave guy out of all these. If not, I do like Compound though. If I had to pick between any of them, not that any one of these are gonna pump like right away. I'm just telling you coins that aren't absolute crap coins. Okay, I think we're running out of room to write. Let's see. And then we got Utrust. Utrust is not bad. I feel like if anything's close to Plasma Finance, it's Utrust. Utrust basically works like PayPal. It's like a payment system. It's used as like a normie, like on-bridge for cryptocurrency to get payments going through. And they have their own app. There's a lot of development with them. They're not bad. Next one is going to be Sushi Swap. I'm a big fan of Sushi Swap. But you know, nothing is going to really replace, in my opinion, at least nothing that we've seen so far is going to replace Uniswap. So Sushi Swap is kind of like you know, like if APY Finance or Umbrella, these are all decentralized oracles, or Band are decentralized oracles trying to take away the market share of Link as a decentralized oracle, Chainlink, whereas Uniswap, you know, that has a massive amount of liquidity and money staked in there. So basically, Sushi Swap, what's that one, like Pumpkin Swap, or there's a bunch of foods. It's like, what's that one that's really popular? It's not like Dough Swap. It's like some food swap, and it's a decentralized DEX. You have Kyber Swap. You have a lot of decentralized DEX trying to take away a little bit of Uni's market share, and I think Sushi Swap's probably the best at that. It looks like it's already pumped pretty decently this year. I haven't really looked at it recently. But Sushi Swap is basically a decentralized DEX, kind of like Uniswap, but it's a lot smaller, so potentially it has a lot more room to run and potentially take a little bit of Uniswap's market share. Once Cardano launches, though, I think Uniswap is going to be perfect. So that was Synthetics. I don't know what this one is. I don't remember. I can look it up. I don't know what a few of these are. I forgot what they are, but if I look at the name of them, I'm sure I'll remember. So the next ticker symbol is X or SXP. The next the next one I do know what it is. The next one is, and I know what all of these do, like in depth. I just, you know, we're like really getting into them like a while back, so I'm trying to remember what all of them. Is it XXP? Oh, so what the heck? Let me make sure I'm typing this in right. So you got that one. Okay. XXP. And then this one I typed in wrong. So this one, cross that out. And it's going to be STX. STX is Blockstack. And Blockstack I was very bullish on in the beginning of the year, and it did really well. Blockstack STX, if you have a hard time seeing that. STX is the ticker symbol for Blockstack. And Blockstack gives you really good rates on, essentially, it's not staking because you can put your Bitcoin on it and other non-staking protocols or tokens or whatever. Blockstack gives you the ability to lend out whatever cryptocurrency you have. So let's say you just wanted to hold your Ethereum stack. Let's say you're like me and you have a lot of Ethereum on hand right now, and you're like, I don't really want to trade it. Now, me personally, I'm trading some Ethereum, but let's say you didn't want to trade it and you're holding it more long term, and you're like, I really want to hold it for at least the next 6 to 3 months. What you would do potentially to earn the most rewards on it is go on to Blockstack, they'll lend out your Ethereum for you. You'll earn interest on that Ethereum, and their rates are pretty competitive, pretty good. Next one we're going to look at is EGLD. This one's pretty good. I'm not like super bullish on this one. I don't really want to talk about it. It's like a proof of work or a proof of stake. I mean, you know, a lot of people are bullish on it. It's whatever. Don't really. I'm not like super bullish on it. I'm definitely not married to this coin. You know, it just kind of gives me like EOS vibes. Like not a bad token, but not something that I really see like, you know, not like this. So even though I think that El Gold or Elgarond or however you want to pronounce it, or however you pronounce it with the ticker symbol, whatever. I think that this project is going to be doing a lot better than the next one I'm about to bring up, but I like the next one a lot better, and let me explain why. So, OXT. OXT is Orchid, and Orchid is a decentralized VPN, and I actually think a decentralized VPN is kind of stupid. But at the same time, if people want to really remain anonymous, like a lot of reasons why people get VPNs is because they're doing sketchy things to begin with. So maybe they want even more security, even more whatever. So what Orchid, the reason I like Orchid, the reason I'm bullish on Orchid, even though like I'm not really holding any Orchid and I don't really recommend holding Orchid, but like if you're going to, like it's not like stupid. You know what I mean? It's not like a total crap coin. The reason I like Orchid is because nobody else has a VPN that's decentralized. I believe Orchid is still the only decentralized VPN, so it takes up the entire market share for it. And at the end of the day, if it continues to be the only decentralized VPN, people might actually use it. Like if they need a decentralized VPN, they're gonna have to use Orchid. And there's literally no competition right now that I'm aware of. So that in and of itself makes it bullish for me. And then the last one is Aave, which again, none of these coins I'm really, that's an A. It's a really bad A. Another A. V. E. So these are more mid-cap coins. These are more mid-cap coins than anything. These are just a few mid-cap coins that aren't total crap. Some of these I would, like, if I had to, like, pick, like, I'd probably go nah, Zill, probably nah, maybe, nah, probably not. So I'm just going to put this, like, little slash thing through this one. Let's see, probably not too much competition. Nah, not compound. Yeah, so I'd probably cross out a few of these. Maybe potentially Doc, I'm not sure. Potentially. And then like coins that I would really like look at long term, synthetics. It's already pumped a lot, but I'm very bullish on synthetics. YF Die, massive for that grayscale trust. Like obviously that's going to be massive. Ocean, if they can put out a real alpha, if they can put out their mainnet, their alpha launch, if it's successful. So yeah, I mean, I like the idea behind this one. You know, it's decent. So potential though, so I'm gonna put like a little cross through it. So like potentially, but definitely this one, definitely this one. Anything on the Polkadot network, so we're just gonna put Polkadot. Let's just do dot. Let's just do dot. DOT is the ticker symbol, and we'll put like infinity. All the freaking dot coins are probably going to be a play this cycle for sure. So interconnectability, theta, yeah, you can see that there's a T right there. IOTA, I don't see it having massive gains, but I definitely see it sticking around. And then there's just an I right there, so I'll put like a half circle right on that one. LRC, like that's a lot of coins, but like if you get a good deal on LRC, if you get a good deal on Utrust, if you get a good deal on Basic Attention Token, if you get a good deal on Sushi, if you get a good deal in cost-based average and you believe in the project, and then yeah, these are all decent, not bad, not total crap coins. And this one potentially, and this one potentially. So I mean that's kind of like how I would see like a lot of these coins. And then let's see, is there a way to like Can I move up? Okay, cool. Now let's go over large caps. So that was just my mid caps. That's just like a few coins, and we haven't even gone over small caps yet. So that was literally just mid caps, and I was just talking about mid caps that I'm not saying buy right now. I'm just saying that these coins won't like just annihilate you. They won't screw you over. You're not gonna get. This is mid cap. These coins are just like decent projects that, like, let's say that you don't really know a lot about cryptocurrency and you're coming in the space. Like, if you hold theta, like, worst case scenario, you just hold it till the next bull run, you'll be fine. If you buy a crap coin, you could literally lose 99% of your investment. So, let's go with large caps next. I'll just put large so I'm not wasting your time. So obviously our favorite long-term hold. You guys all know, like, before, like, we were like the original. When I was on my huge Snapchat audience, we were like the original 80A army. I'm super, super bullish on it for the longest time. Since I bought a massive bag, it's up 9x, and I'm just holding. I'm not selling this bull run. It's not worth it. This is the move. All right, next one is obviously ETH. Don't lose the faith. What happens when you lose the faith in alt season? As soon as everybody thinks, oh, this coin's never going to pump again. Oh, it always pumps. Don't lose the faith. ETH is here for a reason. Uni, synthetics, like a bunch of the really good projects are built on ETH, like Uniswap, which is powering DeFi and more. And most of the DeFi projects are built on ETH. Like, ETH is a gem. Don't get stomped out. Uni is another good one. Link is another good one. And don't think that we don't like Bitcoin, because we like Bitcoin. So I'll just put Bitcoin. I was mostly talking about altcoins, and this one doesn't really count. But just so you guys think that I'm not like an altcoin maximalist. That writing is terrible. Let's see, BTC. All right, and then we'll put like a little circle in it, and because it's not an altcoin. What else we got? Let's see. I guess YF DAI, if you consider YF DAI, if you consider that what is it called? Urine Finance? Let's see. I always get some Urine Finance. I don't know how I mixed that up. But if you consider that a large cap, then yeah, we'll just put it up here because I am bullish on it. YFI. Let's see. And then XLM. So you guys already know my whole thing. Like, I see both sides to the XRP argument because, like, I've been in the space for a long time. On this channel, we're just not touching it until the SEC lawsuit. We'll see what happens. That's just my best thing. I'd rather go with this. There's other speculative plays that are high risk, high reward. Everybody knows, like, even if you're part of XRP Army, everybody knows that you have to make those major deals with the banks or it's just not going to happen. So there's a little bit of hopium in there, high risk, high reward. It's just not worth it in my opinion right now. Is that all the large caps? I think that might be all I mean, there's other large caps, but just like these coins are like good. Like, these coins aren't going to like screw you. So these are large. These are mid. Let's get into small caps. To micro caps. First one is going to be Ferrum Network. Now they're coming out with a lot of technology, a lot of innovation. They're working really hard. And they have the ability to like send what is it called? They have the ability to send like email like different like Bitcoin addresses to like where you can use them immediately. I forget what the exact term is, but they like patented that like really useful adoption that's going to make it mainstream. They have a lot of really good stuff in the works. They have a lot of really good projects. That's Ferrum. Then you have APY. APY Finance, essentially, and this is another normie one. And I think normie stuff, especially in this in this altcoin season, is going to be huge. So essentially, this gives people the ability, like, oh, you don't know how to yield farm. Oh, you don't know. Well, you don't want to like search, whatever. You want to get the best returns on whatever your staking is for DeFi, which is huge. You use APY Finance, and APY Finance computer generates through. They use what they call strategy, their strategy code, and with their strategy code, they will find the best deals to give you, so you get the highest return rate. I like it. It's for the normies. A lot of normies are going to be pumping into crypto, so we definitely need something like that. That's why Plasma Finance did so well, like I was talking about earlier. YFDAI. We're just gonna call this the Bitcoin BitBoy token. Like, nobody even cared about YFDAI. Like, it was a decent project, and then BitBoy like sponsored it. So, and that's where a lot of its fame came from. So we'll go YFDAI token is BitBoy's token. This is idle. This is a low cap gem. I think it's pumped. So I'm not recommending that you necessarily get any of these right now, but if you can get a good deal on it, if you can get an appropriate deal on some of these tokens, they're good, they're decent. And I'm just going over these just so if anybody wants to, they can refer to this video so they know a lot of the coins that I'm holding, a lot of the alts that I'm holding. But really what we're going to be doing is, you never want to get married to your bag. And as you accumulate more money, like if you're watching this channel and you're sticking through the bull season, you're going to have money. And what you want to do is you want to start getting into trading these tokens. You don't want to necessarily go entirely on fundamentals. You want to look at the graphs. You want to see like cup and handles, double tops, whatever. Most people don't have like 1,000, 10,000 to put up on 10x leverage to be trading these tokens to where it makes sense. So we're starting out small, which is not really small. We're starting out conservative, which is definitely what you should do. There's just way too much risk in trading, especially like if you're new, especially if you don't have the capital, especially just in general. It's one thing to trade Bitcoin, it's one thing to trade Ethereum, but a lot of these small caps, like just going from small cap to small cap, straight up, no emotional attachment to your bag, like it can get, people can get wrecked real quick. So DOE, DAO. One of the other ones I really like is Energy Web token. I'm just going to put that out there. I like Energy Web token. You got Layer, which is Unilayer. I like Unilayer a lot. Well, not a lot, but layer platforms, scaling operability, lots of those nice buzzwords, potentially could become useless as the scaling protocols are built in more, but right now it's not bad. And then you got ETH, literally ticker symbol ETH, and that is Ethereum stake, where essentially I believe it's a decentralized platform that allows you to stake your Ethereum. Why this has not just absolutely exploded, I have no idea. Maybe that means it's going to, but right now it's been terrible in my portfolio, and I'm very confused. Then you have Ethereum Yield, and that's the name of it, and it's been performing a lot better than Ethereum Stake, which just baffles me. And the difference is, so this one right here is Ethereum Yield. It doesn't have an S, and then this one has an S, and it's Ethereum Stake. So S for stake. So this is your small to micro. Oh, and then I have coin. I have one that's called coin. Yeah, and that's all my small to micro. And a lot of these coins aren't just like total crap coins. I'm not a financial advisor. These are the large caps we're looking at. These are the mid caps. And that kind of gives you an idea. Let's see if we have any questions. Let's see. Also, is Trust Wallet a good wallet? As far as wallets go, like, I would just hold stuff personally on Ledger. So let me pull out some ledgers. Cause like, I'm legit with you guys. I'm not gonna. I mean, like, if you have a decent amount of money in crypto, like, get a ledger. Like, I have a ledger right here. Where's my other ledger? I have a bunch of ledgers. Get a ledger. Especially if you have over $1,000 to $5,000 in crypto, you should at least have one ledger. Like, it's literally like crypto insurance. I don't know where my other ledger is. And then I have some ledgers. I have ledgers everywhere. They're in my safes. They're in all sorts of places. Crap. Oh, here we go. And then if you lose your ledger, it's not the end of the world. They're just so good because like I could literally lose my ledger, and then it's okay. It's okay if I lose my ledger because I have my codes. So as far as like wallets go, like maybe a Coinbase wallet is probably my favorite. If you're not going to use if you're not going to use a ledger, like at least use a Coinbase wallet. If you're not going to be using a Coinbase wallet, I would recommend a MetaMask wallet would probably be the best. Next one is a MetaMask wallet. If you're not going to have a MetaMask wallet, I mean, like even a MetaMask wallet, in my opinion, is kind of sketch, but like just depending, like, and that's like industry standard. Like, as far as wallets go, where I hold my crypto, probably gonna have to be this puppy. If not Coinbase wallet, if not Coinbase wallet, probably MetaMask wallet, and then anything else. I haven't seen a lot of the new projects, but most stuff is most likely gonna be not worth it to me to get involved with that. Yeah, I mean between those three options, like one of those should work with you, and that's all I would really recommend. I'm hesitating between Uniswap and Binance. Which one would you say better? Okay, so Binance is obviously centralized. So Binance is a centralized exchange, and it just depends on what you think about Binance as far as like the company goes, how they're doing things. Like I said, you want to see more like interactions, you want to see more coins, you want to see more stuff like that. And then with um, with Uniswap, you're talking about a decentralized DEX. So Uniswap is a decentralized exchange. Binance is a centralized exchange. Other than that, it just like it depends. Like really, what it comes down to, in my opinion, as far as like coming in with like liquidity and like who's really getting the cash flow and which ecosystems are really doing the best. With Binance, it would be on their balance sheet, and then with Uni, it would be with their ecosystem. What it comes down to is where are the normies and where is the crypto community going to be putting their money? Are they going to be putting their money into Binance coins, or are they going to be putting their money into Uniswap coins? And I can answer that pretty simply, as I think a lot of people are going to start migrating more to Uniswap, as a lot of the coins that are going to be recommended by YouTubers, you're just not going to be able to find on Binance. I was a Binance customer for a while. I was a happy Binance customer. But nevertheless, it's just facts. Like, I don't think Reef, I think I would have heard news if Reef would have made it to Binance. So Reef is most likely not on Binance. APY3 isn't most likely on Binance. APY Finance most likely isn't on Binance. Like, Binance is not most likely going to be, like, as far as fundamentals go, I don't think it's going to be able to keep up with Uniswap. And like I said before, when I was asked a similar question, I said that when you're looking at Uniswap, you're looking at a cryptocurrency ecosystem more than anything. Whereas with Binance, you're more so looking at a company, more so buying a stock. But instead of buying a stock, you're buying basically the stock of a cryptocurrency. The other thing that you have to look at is the inflation rate. and there's a lot more inflation rate on BNB. Like they just print a lot more than Uni, and Uni, a lot of the Uniswap tokens are going to be staked in liquidity to provide liquidity to the decentralized DEX, obviously, because you're going to need a lot of liquidity to run these protocols. Like it's just facts. So a lot of staked tokens, and so yes, you can stake on Binance, and that's fine. But I just don't think that people. But then at the same time, you do have the fact that whenever you buy Binance coins, like as people are getting like smaller transactions, and they're like, oh well, I have leftover coins from buying from Binance. Then I'm gonna convert those over into BNB so that I can use them, because on Binance, if it's a small transaction and you're like, oh well, this is a small transaction, they're not going to let you buy with a small transaction. Like if it's like you only have like $5 left in your account, they're not going to let you buy $5 of a crypto. They're going to make you convert it into BNB. And so really what it comes down to is like I think that, do you know what fees are on Uniswap? Yeah, so it sounds like you haven't been on Uniswap, so let me just show you real quick. Let me turn on my Uniswap, and then you're the one that talked about wallets. I would personally just recommend a Coinbase wallet. Make sure that all the tokens that you're looking for work with Coinbase, and then you can literally just connect your Coinbase. Let me turn down the brightness so that you guys can see this. My dog just opened up the window. Lacey, we're trying to do something. So I would connect a Coinbase wallet, and because when you have Uniswap, then you can connect your Coinbase wallet to your Uniswap, and it's really easy to use. Whereas if you don't have a Coinbase wallet, you're going to either have to use MetaMask or you're going to have to use Coinbase. The other option isn't very reliable, and so you're looking at something like this. If you've seen that before, and then when you select a token, let's just see. Say I wanted to convert some stuff to idle. No, not idle. Let's see. If I was wanting to convert some to BAM protocol, and I was wanting to do a swap right now, it would say that you need 0.02 Ethereum. Let me look up what that is. So I just did one, like I just launched one on Uniswap just now to see what the fee would be like, and it said 0.02 Ethereum. So I'm just going to go to Ethereum to USD pair. And yeah, that's the other thing. It does have a barrier to entry where you do have to, have some money to be putting into Uniswap. Whereas with Binance, you can potentially put in as low as I think it's like $20 or $30 is what you can buy. So this is actually pretty decent on gas fees. It would have been $36 in gas fees, but most likely fees range between like the lowest I've ever seen, and this was a while back, is like relatively speaking, is like $25. Like, well, they used to be like a lot less, but like relatively, as in like as far as like like in short term, like relevant short term, it's like 25 is like the lowest I think you'd ever see in relevancy. And then all the way up to like 56 is how much you'd be paying on Uniswap. But you can buy Uniswap tokens, and buying Uniswap tokens doesn't mean that you have to use Uniswap necessarily. I think a lot of the OGs are going to be using Uniswap. I know a lot of the OGs use Uniswap, but I think like pretty much all the OGs are going to be using Uniswap because they've already been in cycles, they already got money, and they already know what coins they want, and they know that they're not going to get them anywhere else. So they're willing to definitely use the exchange, especially because they have the know-how. But yeah, a lot of new guys. It's just like, you have to think about like the United States. Like Binance is a great platform, but a lot of people in the United States have to use Coinbase just because Binance US isn't as appealing without, like, one of the biggest things, reasons to be in Binance is because Binance has so many coins, like, and it's more safe perceived because KuCoin got hacked. So, it's one of the best with the most amount of coins. But if you take away the Binance factor and you have to go to Binance US, like a lot of people aren't going to be as down to go to it. They'd be like, well, why would I pick Binance US when I could pick Coinbase? Like it's just a little bit more tokens, but I feel like Coinbase is a little bit easier. So that's what most people do. So it just like thinking about American customers is one thing. But yeah, you'd have to factor all that in, think about it. I think that Uniswap is just a lot better token, like I said, because um, just because of like just everything we've been talking about. I've been talking about it the whole time. So like I would just say Uniswap's a little bit better. The only thing that would sway my opinion is if I looked at the Uniswap graph and I looked at the BNB graph, and it would depend on like what the graphs are saying. So I was mostly going over fundamentals and tokenomics with you. The next thing you would consider would be the graphs. And Uniswap just broke another all-time high, validating its continuation into an uptrend, which is good. And it's undervalued right now. It's like down 7%, and obviously Uniswap can literally just go over to Cardano once like the Ethereum gas fees. Like Uniswap is here to stay, in my opinion. As a cryptocurrency, it's like just not going away. There might be like, when you look at Sushi Swap, like all these different swaps, like Hamburger Swap, whatever, like they're cool. Cake Swap, whatever, they're cool. But when you look at them, they only offer a very small liquidity pool. The main thing that makes Uniswap so good is their liquidity pool is so ridiculously massive. So what I mean by that is they offer so many tokens. Whereas if you go to Sushi Swap, you might have a token in mind, and they're most likely not going to have it. Think of it like Netflix. You're like, oh, this exchange like Kyber Swap or whatever has so many different titles. Like it has so many different movies. But then there's that one movie that you're thinking about that you really want to watch one day, and you're like, I wonder if it's on Netflix, and it's not. And that's exactly how like Uniswap is. That's exactly how Sushi Swap is, like compared to Uniswap. Like Uniswap has like everything you could ever want because of its massive liquidity pool, whereas Sushi Swap and like these other decentralized DEX like Kyber Swap, they have tokens, but not as much, and not the ones that people are going to want. Like a lot of people see like on different channels, like they see BitBoy talking about one cryptocurrency, and then everybody hops on it. And when you see that, you're just not going. They're not going to be on Kyber Swap. Like almost none of the cryptocurrencies that BitBoy talks about are on Kyber Swap, or Elliott Trades, like the ones that he's covering that a massive amount of followers are looking at buying. Like they're just not on Sushi Swap. So I preferably would choose Uniswap. But I would look at the graph. The only downside that I see on the graph of Uniswap is the fact that it broke its uptrend. It had everything looking good, and then the buying pressure just wasn't there. Although the graph still intrinsically looks good, the buying pressure just wasn't there on it. I'm going to take a quick look at Uniswap's graph, and then possibly a double top would be my concern on it. And then we could take a quick look at BNB graph. But ask me questions, guys, if you have any questions. I'll just answer a few more, and then I think this is a good start to DeFi. It looks like a lot of my guys don't know how to do Uniswap, so I'm going to be posting specifically a super in-depth video on Uniswap, how to use it, pitfalls, what not to do, how not to lose money on Uniswap, because if you don't know what you're doing, like you'll literally lose money on Uniswap because it's a decentralized DEX, and there's just different pitfalls, and if that's the case, like when you lose money in crypto, you can't really get it back. So you just kind of look on the Ethereum scan and you're like, oh, my transaction's lost, and nobody can get it back for you. So we'll cover all that, and I'll make sure I get that video out. I'll do that video tonight. But right now, let's take a quick look at Uni. And then, like I said, before I go, just ask me questions. Like, yeah, see, like, there's just these massive green dots. Like, and you know that when you're talking about this is on Market Cipher. Market Cipher, the reason they print these green dots is because a lot of technical indicators line up with the fact that it's bullish. So it looks like, oh, we're on the 15. So it looks like you have this right here, double top idea right here. Looks like it comes down. Looks like it plays out the measured move, or at least finds support right here. And so, it's more so consolidating more than anything. But these double top ideas is definitely what I'm concerned about, talking about Uniswap. Down 7% today. I'm thinking it could go down lower, and if it does hit these measured moves, potentially buying like at the measured move. Let's measure this one real quick, just real quick. But potentially potentially hitting these measured moves and buying at the bottom of these would not be a bad idea. Not financial advice. And that's right at massive VPR support. It doesn't look like I said, there's some buying pressure. It looks like we do have a downtrend though, so, or no, we don't, because there's this as the lower low. So, I mean, we're kind of just consolidating at this level. If we continue this double top move, potentially, let's take a look at, potentially that could be an entry price. Let's take a look at the higher. And, I mean, I would cost base average into something like this. So, you potentially have this as a double top idea, which would make the price come down a lot. I don't know. And then you have this right here as a double top. We'll start covering this a lot on the channel. And then it looks like, yeah, that's going to be the main two. So you have this one top, two tops, and then this is the neckline. I do not think it'll go down there. But, we got to keep an open mind and do what the charts are showing us. And then here's another double top right here with the neckline being right here. Again, I don't think it's going to hit that, but we just got to wait and see. So like essentially cost-based averaging in, be greedy when others are fearful, like potentially cost-based averaging in. But it's very clear uptrend. And then obviously this high that it broke, there wasn't a continuation. Which I didn't like seeing that there wasn't a continuation. And then it looks like we've just fallen off a cliff as far as we had massive amounts of money momentum oscillator coming in, and just not as much money coming into Uniswap. Although, like I said, like this Uniswap is essentially powering alt season. Like it's probably one of the most used protocols. So could see a massive reversal, massive pump. BNB, USD. So those are my thoughts. We could potentially double top out. It doesn't look likely, but we could double top out. I like the amount of liquidity that's coming in to the money momentum oscillator. There's a lot. Momentum's not where I want it to be. It looks very good right here, right here, right here. And then the fact that it just falls off a cliff right here, and obviously a very you want these, like the reason it's printing this like bearish downtrend is because when the money momentum oscillators, or the momentum waves are smaller than the other ones, these are called anchor waves. And when anchor waves are getting larger and larger, that means there's more and more momentum, and that's good in the market, whereas these ones are getting smaller and smaller. And then you have these massive momentum waves, and then this wave right here is a lot smaller. So it looks like it was doing really good, and then it could potentially just be coiling up for a big move, playing off of this money momentum oscillator move. There's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of cash in the space, potentially coiling up for a move to move higher. So there's definitely pros and cons to both of these positions getting into. Really what I would look at is something like, you're most likely not going to want to look at as far as like a consolidation pattern. This would more so be a very clear trend line. I know on the channel we go over a lot of wick touch points, but it is definitely technical analysis to be going over what this is. These are all candle body touches, absolutely 100% technical analysis valid. And really this would show a strong resistance line potentially. If BNB price was to pump, it could potentially get rejected right here, or if it broke through that trend line right there, that would be absolutely massive. I wouldn't draw this as the consolidation pattern though, so I'm going to turn this one. Let's make it pink so we don't get confused. Let's make it pink. Boom. I like that a lot. All right. And then as far as a consolidation pattern, I don't even know if you can find one on the 4-hour. Let's see. Something potentially like this is what I would be looking at. Just not to go too into it like super in depth like we do all the other coins, but to give you a good idea of what we're looking at. Boom. Does that have 3 touch points? One. Let's take off market cipher for a second so that we can get a better look. Let's see. Oh, that's B. Where's market cipher A? What do we want to take off? We'll take this one. There we go. Alright, so we got that touch point right there for sure. Then possibly this one right here. Nope. Possibly this one right here. Boom. Like we say, boom shakalaka. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we hit it perfectly. And then we're just going to extend this line, make sure it still touches that key point that we were looking at, which is this one. And essentially you have your consolidation pattern. So you look at this and you see which way it breaks out. Whether it breaks out up or down. It's altcoin season. It's most likely going to break up. It's most likely going to consolidate. So you would, not financial advice, obviously, and then not like, I'd feel bad ethically like telling you this because like either way, like nothing's guaranteed until, it's a breakout. Like I said, Uniswap's looking really good right now and it's down 7%. So nothing's guaranteed, but if you wanted to be risky, you could potentially buy at these bottom lines, wait for it to bounce in between, buy at these bottom lines, wait for it to break out to the upside. The less risky strategy would be to wait for it to break up, break its all-time high. It looks like the all-time high is right there. So it would be a consolidation pattern like this. And you would wait for that, explosion up. And once that happens, the safest way to be doing it would be to wait for it to retest this area as support. Might not happen, might happen. And then that would be potentially what you're looking at on Binance. Any more questions? Yeah, no, I totally got you. So yeah, I know a lot of people are new to the space and like they really want to get in on these coins. So I'm going to be doing a huge Uniswap video. Look forward to it tonight. I'm super hyped. I'm going to talk about it for a few more seconds and then I'm just going to see if anybody has any last questions and then I'm going to go. But yeah, in like an hour or two, expect a super solid Uniswap video where I explain everything about Uniswap, how to use it, so that if you guys are in coins or you guys are seeing these YouTubers talk about these coins, you're like, oh my gosh, I heard about Polkadot months ago and now it's up like 800%, or I just heard about APY Finance like a long time ago and now it's up 10,000%. I think today is up like 10,000% or like 900%. And you're like, I want to get into this, but I just don't know how to use Uniswap. Like I don't, like there's no way it seems like to get into these coins because Coinbase doesn't offer it, Kraken doesn't offer it, whatever. And yeah, you're going to have to go through Uniswap. I'm going to teach you how to use Uniswap. I'm going to refer you guys to that video that I'm making in 2 hours. It's going to be huge. It's going to be really in depth. You guys know my style. It's not going to be like some BS. And then at the same time, if you have questions, ask questions while I'm doing it, and I will cover the questions as you have questions. So you can literally set up your Uniswap with me, walk through it with me. And yeah, it's going to be a long video, and I don't really care because it's absolutely massive to this alt season. So we got to post it. So I'm posting it. So at that point, like, I don't care if there's a lot of questions. Like, if you have questions, you're like, oh, well, like, how do I set up my Coinbase wallet? Like, is that different than like my Coinbase account? Yes, it's different. So I'll answer all your questions. I'll get you guys straight. By the end of the video, I want everybody that's watching to have, successfully have the ability to trade on Uniswap without any like fears, hesitation. I want them to know exactly what's up. So just another sub or whatever. We only have like 80 something subs. It's not going to matter, but for me, but for you, and I really do want to help. So sub to the channel and then turn on post notifications. But plan on like in an hour or 2 hours, I'm coming at you with that video. So just keep on notifications so you know exactly when it is, so that when I'm live streaming, you guys can ask questions in it. Because yeah, it'll be beneficial for you to watch the video. But if you have questions at the time of recording, I will literally be right there, willing and able, and definitely, like, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you have questions, ask questions. I'll walk you through Uniswap, and then you can go from being like a crypto, buyer or whatever, to somebody that's actually using the technology in cryptocurrency. And it's a pretty cool feeling to start using some of these dApps, decentralized applications, which is the whole point of like the Ethereum network and altcoins in general. So it's absolutely massive. It'll be absolutely massive for you guys. Like, you'll have friends, they'll be like, oh my gosh, you know how to use Uniswap. Like, that's huge. You got to teach me how. Like, it's so confusing. I will hook it up fat and graduate you guys to a higher level in your cryptocurrency education. I was just telling my buddy, I just showed my buddy how to do it the other day, a really close friend of mine. And I was like, yeah, out of everything in the crypto space, honestly, like, because he knows that I'm like super, super into the crypto space, I said, like, out of everything right now, the most important thing that somebody could learn that's new is definitely Uniswap. So we're going to be covering everything about it. We're going to be covering that it's an ERC20 token built on the Ethereum network. We're going to cover everything you need to know exactly, nothing you don't need to know, everything you do need to know. So look forward to that video. It's going to be in an hour or two. So I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a hype video. Get excited. And like, it's just really exciting because it gives you the ability to literally buy any cryptocurrency you want. No questions asked. You're never going to be like, oh crap, it's not on Coinbase, or oh crap, it's not on, Kraken or whatever you're using, or crypto.com. So really exciting. Turn on post notifications. 1 to 2 hours is going live. I'm so excited for you guys because this is literally huge.